We have speed, Bobbie. Anytime you're ready.
Well, Marilu, I'm so glad you're my first interview today because you're always up and alive and ready to go. And I'm remembering that it was just about a year ago, wasn't it?
It was 51 weeks ago, actually, yeah. That we were in Florida for The Man Who Loved Women.
Yeah. How do you remember? You have almost total recall of dates and times and, you know, what is this?
You know, it's funny. I was 20 years old before I realized that other people didn't have this. A girlfriend of mine said to me, when are you going to realize that nobody else? Because I said, well, remember the time on, June 18th, 1962 that we were riding and we were in, first grade and we were, it was like this kind of thing. I mean, it's very weird. I don't know. I cannot believe that other people can't do that because my life to me is so vivid. It's like a novel or something. I don't know, it's strange.
Yeah, it is. You kind of spook me out when you do that. But anyway, let us talk about this role you're playing of the torch singer in Johnny Dangerously, because when we were in Florida, you told me this film was coming out.
Right.
Now, a lot of people are going to say, I wonder if that's really her singing.
You know, even friends of mine who have seen screenings said, who did the singing? I said, what do you mean? I did the singing. How could you not know that? It's really me singing. I remember it's me singing.
Well, of course, people remember you, I guess, most currently from Taxi.
Right, and especially lately because it's in syndication. In fact, I think more people are seeing it now than ever saw it.
And they don't know that before that you did a lot of musical theater.
Yeah, I did 3 Broadway musicals. So that was basically my training. And also, my family owned a dancing school in Chicago. So I started out singing and dancing and doing community theater in the city. In fact, my first break came from doing a musical in Chicago. A friend of mine wrote the show Grease, so that's how I sort of became a professional actress. But I grew up singing and dancing, and we were always the little kids in school plays and everything else with my sister. So.
When Taxi finally concluded shooting, did you have that feeling that, oh gosh, now I got to get out there and really, schlep around for jobs? Or did you feel that it was going to release a whole new thing for you?
Well, interestingly enough, 3 weeks before Taxi ended, I got The Man Who Loved Women. So I knew that I was going to finish Taxi on a Friday and start Man Who Loved Women on a Monday. And then by the time I finished Man Who Loved Women, I knew I was going to go work at Burt Reynolds' Dinner Theater. And I also knew I was going to go to Cannonball after that. And then Cannonball ended on a Friday, and I started Johnny Dangerously. I had the screen test for Johnny Dangerously the following Monday and got the job the next day, Tuesday, and started on Wednesday. So one right after the other, they kind of happened. And the same thing happened this year, too, which is great. So who knows where we'll be a year from now.
Incidentally, how is Burt Reynolds? Do you keep in touch with him?
I haven't talked to him in a while because I just did a film in Spain, so I've been gone for 2 months, and then I just came back from a vacation yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I haven't talked to him in about 2 months.
But what do you hear? Do you hear that he's, feeling better, or?
Oh yeah, I hear he's feeling much better. I think he went through, some problem this year, but he's got a new movie coming out, and it should be wonderful.
Yeah. In working with Keaton and Piscopo, is Keaton as loose around the set?
Much looser. He's a wild man. He's great. I'll tell you something. I've done 8 movies now, and this film has a very special feeling for me, a very special place in my heart. First of all, I love the character that I played, and it's one of the few things where I hope that there's a sequel to it. When we had to come back 6 months after we finished to do a reshoot, we were so happy to see each other. This cast loved each other. I mean, this was a real family. This of all the films I've ever done had the most family feeling. I mean, it was like coming from Taxi, which was a family, into this, which was a family. I mean, we had an incredible time together, all of us.
What did you have to come back to reshoot?
A shot at the end. We had to reshoot some of the ending. So it was
a different ending, you mean?
A different ending, yeah.
Yeah. What was the other ending?
The other ending was he actually gets shot in it and dies, and the audience didn't like that.
Of course not.
No. Especially if they like the movie, he's got to be able to come back,
Now, you have another film that you've done with John Travolta,
right.
your friend.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah. And what is that all about?
John plays a Rolling Stone reporter who comes to the Sports Connection in California and sort of gets into the whole workout scene and goes into different people's lives and interviews them and then does a story on them, and it's about his whole relationship with them. And I play a character who's a real life person, which is really great. Aaron Latham wrote the article for Rolling Stone, and the 3 people that he interviewed are in. I play one of the girls that he interviewed in real life in the movie, and she's married. She's going with a Chippendales dancer, and she works down at the apparel mart, and is just like a real positive, healthy kind of a girl who got sick of the singles bar scene, and so decided to get into the workout scene.
Of course, you and John have known one another since Grease days and have worked together. But was there almost too much togetherness working on this picture?
Oh no, we had a great time. I mean, we hope to work together again. I mean, a few times. We're very comfortable, so it's not like a weird thing. And he started perfect. I came in and did my part. Then I went to Spain and did another movie, Rustler's Rhapsody, and then I came back and finished perfect. So it all works out. Well,
it's just too bad, Marilu. You can't keep a job these days. Nobody wants you.
I'll tell you now, I've got the holidays to look forward to. That's the biggest job of all, going home and buying Christmas presents for my family.
Yeah. Well, Marilu, it's great to see you. I always enjoy being with you. You're a lot of fun.
Oh,
it's really a good time. And congratulations on a really fine performance in Johnny Dangerously. I enjoyed it.
Thanks.
You're great.
Okay, stop tape. Okay.
Yeah.
Speak.
Marilu, what is it with you? How do you have this gift of being able to remember dates and times as you do? I'm sure you keep in touch with Burt Reynolds. How is he doing these days? People are going to see you singing in this, and they're going to say, is that really her? Keaton is so loose and off the wall in the movie. Is Keaton really that loose in person? When Taxi ended, Marilu, did you sort of wonder whether or not you'd have to get out and schlep around to get jobs? What did you have to reshoot in the movie? What was the first ending? This movie you've done with John Travolta, was that almost too much togetherness for you two? Okay, I'll just give you reactions now. Okay, thank you.
Stop tape.